Different bike, different day. Good morning, good morning. This is a little ride upstate. There's no music. There's also not very good audio, but I'm using a gimbal and a GoPro Hero 6. This is the Minnewaska area,
Epic!
and it is epic. It was autumn, so the leaves just starting to change, and it's really beautiful. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good morning, had some coffee, ready to hang out. I don't have any special guests
Just
today.
dropping right here, dude?
You're stuck with me.
They're looking at us funny. They don't like me.
Good morning, Dimitri, Jackson, Big Eddie, Swish Buckets, Adam, Josh 50, Graham. What up? This is Minnewaska. It's an hour and a half or so north of New York City. The train round trip to ride Lake Graham Hills is about between $14 and $20. That's round trip. I'd much rather take the train than jump in someone's car, honestly. It does cost a little more, but it's a better ride, in my opinion. That's Cooper Ray on a cross bike, and Willis, who owns Deluxe Cycles, on the cross country bike in front of me. This ride is more of a kind of a gravel cross bike ride, but at the time I didn't own gravel or cross bike, so I brought the mountain bike. You can see cut off dickies and leggings was the fashion of the day, but the Leafs were epic colors. It's so nice. This part was really fun.
That's alright.
It got a little rocky, and there's leaves covering a lot of the rocks, so you think it's smooth, and then you hit a huge rock, so you're like leaning back really far. There's a couple sections where we go kind of fast, and a tree catches my back wheel somewhere over here, and You hear me like shout and hoot and holler about it. That's Cooper getting bucked around in front of me. And I'm kind of riding my brakes. I'm like, get out of my way, dude. This kind of riding's fun, man. It's different than riding a bike in traffic, but it's got its own challenges and Yo, I haven't heard of that new Dr. Pepper flavor. I had a Dr. Pepper yesterday, though. A full 20 ounce. It's Cooper still leading the way. That's where the stick caught my back wheel or my derailleur or something. Yeah, Adam, gravel bikes on this kind of trail is fun. That's where I normally ride my 22s on stuff like this, now that I have one. But I made this video a few years back before I had a gravel bike. I had the Santa Cruz hardtail first. Trail riding and street riding, when you ride both, I feel like it complements each other. So yeah, seeing Cooper hop over a tree is, it's not a big deal. See how much faster I'm going when Cooper's not in my way, though? It's only because I have the suspension and bigger tires. I can just kind of mow through this stuff. A lot of hike-a-bike. It was cold that day. I was cold and Cooper had shorts on, which was crazy. I don't know what he was thinking. I was freezing.
Whoa!
I think I bought him out there.
Nah.
This is in Minnewaska.
I'll be good to the
lakes.
road. I'll just chill. I just bottomed out again.
A couple lakes up here, some cool viewpoints. It's a sweet little spot to ride. It's nothing crazy. It's not really mountain bike trails. It's more gravel, but it's worth the trip if you go out there. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream window, and it looks like the compression for the stream does not like the the woods. It's looking very dark over there, so I'll drop the link in the chat if you guys haven't seen this video before. Yeah, so here's one of the lakes. It's kind of cool. You can see it's like these like stone cliffs to look out. It's beautiful.
Dropping! Thank you. Malt Licky.
There's a little waterfall here, which is pretty sick. Good morning, Michael. Jacques, good morning. There's the highball. It's the bike I still ride.
Oh, cool.
This is also a thing called the Junks right here. Right here to the left, there's a lot of rock climbers that come here and do like, I guess it's like free climbing or whatever. And look at this epic slow-mo of Cooper taking off the helmet and swinging the hair. Wow. Wow. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning routine number 32. Check out my hair. I'll do a little Cooper hair swing as well. Today we got all kinds of cool things planned. Not really. I am here. I did some camera adjustments to this this streaming situation, so it might look different. There's my hair. I'm looking like shit right now. Yeah, I was simplifying the setup. I got rid of my output or my camera monitor, so I just have an output now. Trying to make this thing lighter because I am planning on helping Affinity Cycles do a live. It's like a live stream trade show. So those of you who are familiar with the cycling industry, there's usually different trade shows that happen every year, and it's where vendors kind of show off their new products and what's coming out in the following year, what they have, what's new, or new technology, new frames, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So because of everything that's happening, all the shows got canceled, so there's no more trade shows, no more meetups, no more like sea otters, none of that stuff anymore. So everything's virtual. So I am going to be helping Affinity do a virtual kind of show out of our studio, and it's all through live stream, and they're doing it kind of with their I don't know the total ins and outs of it yet. They're doing it with someone else on Zoom, and I don't know what they're going to do with that content. but I'm going to try to get in the line of distribution and distribute at least Jason's, like, the Affinity stuff to you guys on YouTube. So as we're streaming it over to the people who are going to be whoever is in the cycling industry on that side, they're going to be asking questions and stuff. So I'm going to try to broadcast this stuff to the channel, and I'll give you guys an announcement. We're doing a test tomorrow, actually. So that's exciting. That's something new and different, and hopefully I can bring you along and stream it onto the channel here. It's going to be a little later in the day if it does happen. It's like a 3 p.m. Eastern time, so 12 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. I don't know, those of you in Europe and stuff, it might start to get late for you, but I have no control over the timing. And yeah, that's why I was simplifying this setup, because they need like a 2-camera stream, basically. So since we've been practicing for about a month straight with this stuff, I feel like I'll be able to handle it without a problem. It won't be me talking, it'll be Jason. I'll be handling the cameras and the streaming stuff on the side. So hopefully I can zap that stuff into my YouTube channel live, so you guys can be a part of it. Yeah, so that's one little update, what's going on with me. We had someone submit a couple videos from a new YouTube channel that I've never seen out of Tijuana, Mexico. So we might take a look at those in a sec. Anything else I wanted to say? I wanted to say good morning to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for being around yesterday. Yesterday was the biggest... with Dustin Klein was the biggest turnouts for a stream, and at least one of these morning routine streams. So that was cool to see everyone in there. Everyone was having conversations and asking Dustin things, and Dustin and I just I had like kind of a loose structure of what I was going to ask, and then we just kind of went and just started going all over the place, which was cool. Actually, it felt very freeing. So hopefully you guys like that. I have plans to have Eric Otto in here in the stream soon, so that's happening. And then let's see, that's about it on that. I'm reaching out to some other people to have them on there so we can have some conversations and you guys can get to know some other people. What else? I'm catching up on questions. Shout out to all the channel members in here. Sorry about all the popping. I think the battery is dying on the mic, so I'm gonna have to switch that out soon. We got Henry just joined. Jacques is in there. Dimitri, Big Eddie, Greta is in here. Drift King, Mike. Good morning. So we got another video. This is from Border Cycles. I'm gonna go ahead and hit full screen this real quick. I thought I would share a video or two of them because, share the love. I'll drop their YouTube channel in the chat so you guys can follow or check out their other videos, but here we go. This is kind of like an event recap, and then the other one is like very Hotline-esque. Got the battery changed. The poppin's gone. These dudes are out of Tijuana. Hope you like it. My mic is sounding crispy now. Check it, check, check. Here's a link to the channel in the chat. Check them out. They're out of Tijuana, Mexico. Probably gonna be answering some questions to wrap this up. I'm gonna keep it sweet and short today. I might go pedal around on my track bike. I might bring you guys along with me. We got one more. I'm gonna let it just pop right in. It's someone filming from bike to bike. All right, here's like kind of like a little hotline, and all right. That was our boys or girls. What's their name again? Border Cycles. So check them out on YouTube. I'll drop their info one more time in the chat. So, let's see. I'm going to go up and answer some questions, and then I'm going to get out of here so I can go ride a little bit. There might be some rain today. So the first question I see is, how do you get better GoPro sound? Well, the first answer, which someone already answered, is GoPros are terrible for audio. There's a lot of things you can do to help if that's all you have. I'll show you a chill solution as soon as I can find my damn. Here we go. Why is this private? Here we go. As soon as I open up this Amazon thing. So what I was doing for the GoPro was I was putting these little things. They're like dead cats, basically, is the short for them. Terrible name. It's like a little gray or black fuzzy, and they come in little packs with these little stickers, and you can apply them over where the microphones are. Now, the GoPro has a few microphones all over the camera, so you have to put them all over the camera, which can get really annoying. Also, what's really annoying is there is a microphone right under the lens, so if anything that sticks out and you're shooting in super view, it's going to show up in your footage, and it's not very nice, so you have to trim it back, and then sometimes when you trim it back too much, it doesn't work as well. So this other thing that I use, this is my Idealists. Let me see. I'm going to go to my store so you guys can see it. I've done this before. Okay. This here. Hey, man. I have a little shopping cart for Whole Foods things. You guys see that? This is where I post a bunch of things that I use, or I have used, or I continually use, or I think they're a good idea. And there's cycling stuff. There's stuff for audio for the podcast and the live stream stuff. I kind of keep it separate from the video. I will drop the Amazon link in the description, but in all of the descriptions of my videos, there's a thing in there that says, I shot this video using items purchased from Amazon. So here is the link to that in the chat. Little warning, anything you buy from Amazon, when you click that link, I get a small percentage. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me a little bit. So I have this little list here. So in video, these are some of the things I use. And this right here, $10. This is called the Wind Slayer. And this is a really cheap method of helping the wind sound on a GoPro. Now, if you're going to put the GoPro in a gimbal, it can still work. You have to really squish it in there, but it's not the most ideal thing. And what this does is it just helps the wind from scraping across the microphones, and it blocks it a little bit. So that is one option for you. The second option, which is the better option, which someone in the chat already said, is buy an external recorder. I have this one linked because I know the size of it, and I know that it works well, but Tascam makes a really good one. There's other ones, but basically you want to record audio separately, and then you'll get the best audio that way. So keep that in mind. Hopefully that answered your question, Max Boardman. So next, it's kind of crazy. Alexei is talking about you in Moscow now. You can only ride your bike twice a week. You have to get these tickets apparently. That's pretty crazy. Ranger 1919. They're asking me if I ever ran over a rat when riding in New York City. That is an interesting question. No, I have not ran over a rat to my knowledge, but pigeons seem to get really close to be getting taken out by me. One time, a pigeon flew into my front wheel, got stuck in the spokes, and did like 2 whole revolutions in my wheel, and somehow made it out and flew out. And I was worried that it was gonna I was gonna hurt the pigeon first of all, and then second of all, it was gonna lock up my front wheel and I was gonna flip over. So I was like, what the fuck? And it was like, its wings were like flapping, and it was fucking gross. So that's the only other thing that's happened. What else do we got? Oh, there we go. Yep, the Tascam DR05X. Drift King with the Corn-Fed 3. All right, yeah, we can do that. I've played a different cornbread before. It might have been one when he was in San Francisco. That's right. So it might have been like 4 or 5. I don't remember. Whatever one he went to SF and filmed a little bit for. I can do that. We can do 3. There's a lot of music rights on there, so it's whatever. It's not a big deal. I'll just play it in the beginning of the video. Hopefully it doesn't get pulled. Ignacio is asking to play the Alfonso Lucas in Chile. They do like a hotline there during the kind of the riots and the protests happening because of it was inflation, I believe. No, it was first about transportation, the cost of transportation going up all crazy for the public transit. I think that's how it started. But yeah, I have played that in stream before, so I can play that again for morning routine, but I've played that in the past at the studio. That's a really cool video. It's definitely documents a really interesting time in the world, in a place, so that's really eerie. I'll put that on my morning routine list. Do you still have a number 22 track bike? Yeah, I do. That's what I wanted to pedal around a little bit today. I might even put on some spandex. Who knows? Josh 50 saying, for audio, he's been experimenting with recording it separately using my wired headphones that I have to my smartphone. Yes, that's also a really good way to do it. You do voice recorder, and you record. If you have an iPhone, you use your headphones or a Bluetooth headphone or something, and you just do it that way. That's a great way. Jordan, thank you for stopping in and saying what's up. Poser Manila, does Cooper Ray change his writing style when on a hotline video? I mean, is he more aggressive when he's not? I think all of us change our writing styles from day to day. We're always we're creatures of habit, but also creatures of emotions, and yesterday is not exactly like today, and the writing style is usually a direct reflection of someone's personality, in my opinion. So I think he rides different every day. I know I do. If you're using an external mic, is there a quick way to make audio synced up to do the clap thing every time you start and stop the GoPro? Dimitri is asking about syncing audio to the GoPro or any video. Unfortunately, there is no solution that I am aware of yet. The only solution that I know how to do it is through the manual clap. There are things that you can use if you're not using a GoPro. Any camera with an audio input, you could inject basically a digital time code using a thing called Tentacle Sync. That's a really good way to do it. And basically what it does is it's injecting, we'll pretend it's injecting little sounds that you can't hear, and it's injecting it into the microphone, the recorder, the sound by itself, and then the camera by itself. And then you put it in software, and it finds those two sounds that are exactly synced up, and then it plugs them in through the software perfectly. So anytime you start and stop your camera, it'll always be synced up as long as those two little things are plugged in. And that's called Tentacle Sync, and those are kind of expensive, but that's the only thing I'm aware of making it work with the GoPro. You would have to have the Media Mod kit, and a Tentacle Sync, an audio recorder with an input on it as well. So a couple of things on there. Couple things. That's how I would do it. I just don't want to spend that much money. That is what I would do in the future if it was possible. But those things I think they're like $500 to $800 for a set, and they're not that big. They're pretty tiny, so it would totally work with the GoPro. So if you guys have a bunch of money, Tentacle Sync. If not, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Mike Marcotti. Wait, can't you plug a mic into the Media Mod for the GoPro Hero 8? Why, yes, Mike, you can. But the audio, the control is terrible. And those of us who are using gimbals, you can't use the Media Mod with a gimbal. Not with a small wearable gimbal, not yet. So that's that. Can't have the best of all the worlds. Danny, what up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We started at 10:45 or so. Yeah, everyone got free Hotline shirts. I gave away my all my 22s and my mountain bike. I decided to stop riding, Danny. I'm no longer riding my bike anymore. So you missed it. I cried a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. I'm just kidding. Did you do any jumps in the pit yesterday? Yes, I did, and I crashed a little bit. I went a little nose heavy on a step up, which seems to be happening to me a lot lately. Every time I really try to boost and pop and get a lot of air, I seem to pull up and then level myself out way too fast. And level out, and then I just dip and start to fall down. Like this. But falling in the dirt's not very bad at all, especially on a step up. It's very low impact because you lose all your speed by boosting up in the air, so it's chill. Let's see. Graham, when are you going back to Japan? No plans on going anywhere. I'm not even allowed to. People don't even want me in their states and I'm from New York City. They don't want anyone from New York anywhere. So I'm stuck here for a while. So I have no plans. I don't think this is all gonna change very quickly. So I don't want to make any plans. Danny, I would say get the GoPro Hero 8. It's I saw a thing where it's $100 off right now, so the camera's got to be like $250 or something. Very cheap, I'm imagining. Danny got some Life Behind Bar stuff. That's cool, man. You got it in your hands or you ordered it? Those dudes are chill. Tell them I said what's up. Adam, that's what I do. He's talking about lining up the audio with the GoPro. Normally, I let the GoPro or the audio run, and then I clap every time I restart the GoPro. And then you have to manually go back and find those clap marks, which isn't that bad of a thing, as long as there's not huge gaps in between when you stop and start recording. Also, make sure the battery on your recorder is ready to go. I just bought a stack of some lithiums because my recorder destroys alkaline batteries, and if you don't use lithium, the alkalines last like 4 hours and it's done. 3 hours. It's terrible. So that's basically 1 day or 2 days, and then you don't want your battery to die on you in the middle of recording. Not on my recorder anyways. Do I intend coming to Brazil? Yeah, but I can't, like I just said. I don't think anyone's going anywhere, so no plans yet. Are you familiar with the Freaks of Nature crew? I am not. Please tell me more. Was the first video from the Massacre? Yeah, it was. You're absolutely right. Rangers 1919. Did you mountain bike when you were stationed in Alaska? I'm from there, but not where you are, although I worked on that base. No, I didn't ride mountain bikes. I didn't get into riding mountain bikes until like 6 years ago, maybe. I think that's when I bought the highball. I think. Yeah. Terry, do you plan on making more Premiere tutorials? That would be super useful. Alexi, what do you need to know in Premiere? Sometimes when I do those videos, I don't know. It's hard to say. I can do some more of those for sure. I can set up like how I set up Premiere projects and all that. I would probably do them live though, and then and like turn comments off or something. I don't know. I just don't see myself wanting to edit a Premiere video. Edit a video about editing software. It's just crazy. Some people do really good ones. Andre is asking if I canceled any trips. Yes, lots of trips have been canceled. Lots of things have been canceled. What Steels camera do you use? Can you type that again? I don't know what you mean. Oh, sick. Danny, yeah, the LBB dudes are sweet. They're nice guys. RV, you gonna be a Mission Crit this year? I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx it. But I mean, I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. So sorry. That's my opinion. Hopefully it does happen, and if it does, and if that's happening, then I'm probably allowed to leave and go to California. So I'll be there, but I just don't think so. Graham is saying in Oklahoma they're going to be opening bars by the 15th. Well, that may happen because the areas that aren't as dense as like where I'm from, I think they can get away with that kind of stuff a little bit better. And I'm not saying it's okay, but I think that stuff is going to slowly creep in over there, especially when they start opening bars. It's going to like kind of skyrocket a little bit. We'll see what happens. We're all watching. Good luck. Ever ride fat bikes? No, I haven't. We were supposed to go this February actually, and do a fat bike trip in Vermont, but it didn't happen. Thoughts on wide bars? I've been riding them for a year, and I thought I would hate them, but I love them. I got to go back to drop to some point. I don't have any wide bars on any of my bikes other than my mountain bike now. So they're great for the trails and for jumping, but they're terrible for traffic. On a track bike, they're great for climbing and descending on a track bike, but terrible for traffic. So it's give and take. I like them. I was thinking about getting the film convert pack. Do you think it's worth it? Messing around with it, and I like it so far. I use it because I was using it for work stuff, for quick like color like stuff on some of the log and raw footage. It just helps. Also, putting a little film texture on a digital picture, I think breaks it up a little bit and makes your stuff look slightly different than other people's stuff. Obviously, if everyone starts using film convert, all of our stuff's going to start looking the same, but it's just like an extra thing to throw on top, you know? I like it. What's the worst food poisoning you ever got? Was it while traveling? Ooh, Danny, this is a great one. No. This should be a whole video on its own. I was at my house in San Francisco, and we had some frozen turkey patties in the freezer, right? That's where they would be if they're frozen. So I thought it was just me and my girlfriend. So I took out 3. I like defrosted 3 of them. So they were no longer frozen. And we had this like, I own this like really shitty George Foreman like press thing that would cook stuff on both sides, and like all the fat would run off out of the press and into a little tray, and then you would like toss that. Well, what happened was I made the turkey patty burgers, and I made 3 of them. And as I was making the last one, a friend showed up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh, by the way, I was drinking beer. I was drinking. So I was like, "Oh, I gotta make one for them." So I gave them the turkey burgers. So there's none left for me. So I was kind of already feeling good, and the amount of time it took in the George Foreman with the raw one, like the defrosted ones, I forgot that these other ones were frozen, and I just threw them in and forgot about that whole thing. And I pressed those for the same amount of time, and then I was eating them, and I was like in the middle of one, and it was like cold, and it was raw in the center. And I'd not already been drinking, and I was like, "Oh man, it's raw." And for some reason, it didn't click that it was turkey. I was like, "Oh, it's just like an extra rare beef patty, whatever. I've had worse." So I ate it the next day. Oh my god! Like 24 hours later, I woke up just fucked up, and it wasn't the next morning. I went to bed, woke up. It was definitely like 24 hours. It was like more into the evening. My stomach, it just felt like somebody was stabbing me from the inside with like a knife and a fork. And then I was home alone, and I remember waking up, and I was like rolled in a ball on the bed, and I was like, liquids were coming out of both ends at the same time in the bathroom, and I was like, didn't know what to do. And I remember running to the bathroom to handle that, and like I tried to get up, and I got out of my bathroom, and then I just woke up on the floor like hours later, and I couldn't lift my body, and I like looked behind me, and like I had knocked over like a trash can and something in the hallway, and I had like I was like not wearing any clothes other than my underwear, and they were like down wrapped around my knees and my ankle, and I was like tripped up, laid out on the floor like half naked, and I couldn't move. And I remember calling my girlfriend like, "I'm dying, like I'm laying on the floor right now, and I can't move my body, and I'm gonna die." And basically I just slept, like laid there in pain all day, couldn't move. And then the next day I felt so much better, but that was the worst time ever. So cook your turkey meat, especially the cheap shit. Hopefully that was a good story. Thank you for asking. Dennis Blake, show some Uptown love, Terry. Much love to Uptown. I ride through there. I don't film up there, but I ride on the way to rides. Not going to be doing any filming up there with anybody until all this stuff clears up, but maybe we can get something going on soon. The last time I filmed up there was with Mario and Jason, so it's been a minute. Yetis Imon. Oh, what still cameras do I like or use? I have a Contax T2. It's a point and shoot. I have a Contax G2. It's a rangefinder, and then I have it's kind of like an automatic 35mm rangefinder, and then I have a Mamiya 7 II. That is a medium format camera, and that's what I use the most. The other cameras I kind of borrow from people that are not mine. Josh 50, when the time comes, are you going to do a DIY haircut? It's already came, dude. Look at this shit. No, I did it last time. I just cut the sides. I'm leaving the top. Fuck it. I got some nice, this nice curl happening here. I'm feeling it. Yeah, for sure. The last 2 times I got a haircut, I cut it myself, actually. Yo, Matt Reyes in the chat again. Matt, dude, can we get you in on the morning routine? Come on. I'm going to give you a call after this one. I'm not going to do it with everyone listening, but I'm going to give you a call. Alexi, which part of Bali did I stay? Man, I can't remember. We went to Ubud and did, stayed in some little spot with like a pool, of course. And then we went, damn, I forget the name of the town. We stayed away from we went up, shit. I totally forget the name of this place we stayed. We were near Canggu, that's right. That's where we spent most of our time. Let's see. Yo, Turkey Burger Terry, watch out. This shit is gnarly. Well, that's why I'm strong inside, because of that turkey. This is life, man. We all make mistakes. There's no reason to try to act like you're perfect. Have you been trying to seek any new sponsorship? I know you mentioned trying to do some affiliate stuff with the channel in the past. No, I don't really like sponsored sponsored like Matt Reyes being sponsored to ride a bike. I don't have the skill set, but like sponsored for the channel, like a channel sponsor. I reached out a little bit. I'm not very good at it, honestly. Sorry about the sounds. I'm not very good at hell, stop that. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Keeps doing it. This is annoying. Okay, stop. I shouldn't have touched this. All right. Channel sponsor, yeah. I reached out. I'm just not very good at doing the like, hey, what's up? Give me stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff that I have done, people have approached me, and they've been small. I do have something happening soon for Instagram, which will be the first time ever, and it's something that I've seen before, that I haven't used, but I've seen it, and it looks and seems legit, like something that actually is solving a problem that I've actually faced and seen in the past. So hopefully it doesn't come off super fake, but it's something that I'm gonna be doing for Instagram. It's only like a quick thing, but for channel sponsorship, it would be cool. I guess the closest thing is like Affinity, but it's not. We don't have any kind of deal like that at all. So yeah, it would be cool. I don't know. It would be sick if I got a mountain bike channel sponsorship, even though I don't do mountain bike videos. Ibis, if you're listening, I need the new Ripmo. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, Tony's always uptown, man. This is the bedhead right here. You like it? It's bad. All right, I'm catching up. Sorry, catching up on some things. Where are we at on the chat? Hazel Light. Oh, been digging the narrated hotlines. That's cool. I can do some more of those. I can do more of those. I feel like I've just been not throwing out, but just like, putting so much content out on YouTube that it's probably getting really hard to navigate as a viewer. I just looked at my page and I was like, holy crap, I can't even tell like what video is what anymore. It's kind of a mess. Maybe it's a reflection of like how I how I feel during all this that's going on. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I just got to figure out how to maybe set a time aside for doing more of those. I guess doing them during these morning routines is a pretty good way to do it. Dude, why did I touch this microphone? That was a terrible idea. Okay. Matt Reyes saying that he never rode BMX when he was a kid. Although I saw him get on my Free Coaster BMX in full cabot, which is super hard to do if you're not used to a Free Coaster. It's crazy. Yo, I need that bodega You're right. Let me get that bodega sponsorship. Thoughts on All City Cycles? All City's cool. For those of you who don't know a little bit about the bike industry and the scene, QBP is like a distributor, where bike shops order things from, and All City is like the bike brand of that. So they know what they're doing. They've been doing that kind of stuff for a long time, and I think they do cool things. The new Super Professional is a rad bike. I'd be all over it if I already didn't have bikes that fit in that little section of bike that people need. That's a cool bike. I don't know what I was just trying to say. Okay. And favorite whiskey? I'm pretty basic. I fuck with oh my god, Bullet. Normally, it's whatever. I really like mezcal as well. Matt, remember when we drank like a whole bottle of mezcal last time you were here, Matt Reyes? Anyways. Blah 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 blah. All right. What else? What else should we talk about while I'm here? I still got a little bit more coffee in my cup. You notice the lighting changed? It's it's very top and even now. It used to be from the side, so I'd have like a little negative side. Talk a little bit of lighting with you guys for a second. Yeah. So like now it's like really flat and straight, like traditional YouTube lighting, which I'm not a fan of usually, but I try to simplify this, and this is where I ended up right now. It used to be over here to the left, so it would hit me from here, kind of pushing more of a key from the window that's already over there. There's a window right here, so whatever. That's that. Am I talking to myself? Is anyone here? Anyone know alternatives to chamois butter? Yeah, coconut oil, I hear is great. It also is antibacterial, so there's a plus there too. The Grill Monsoon is a rad-ass bike. It comes with a dropper post. Come on, that's sick. It's a heavy boy though, I'll tell you that. Dennis Blake, Tell Mixtape to sponsor you. How do you know about Mixtape, man? Yeah, Mixtape's dope. Len is the man. Haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, that's Matt. You're on to something there. I need a pitch deck for sure. Like I don't know. That's the stuff I'm missing. I need to build the pitch deck, and we'll start with the bodega on the corner. I think it's raining now. God damn it. Tyler Murphy, I'm 35 and never rode a bike before. Would people make fun of me if I use training wheels? No, man. Fucking lean on that shit. Do the one training wheel where you just lean to the right, or the left, whatever side is your comfortable side. Just whenever you feel crazy, just lean over and that training wheel will catch you. And then get up and then lean on it, don't go this way though, because you'll fall over. Just lean on it. Are you riding Prospect again today? You're trying to keep it close to home. That's kind of why you're doing that all the time. Yep. Exactly. I've been riding Prospect because it's close to home. And if anything happens to my bike, I don't need to. I can walk if I need to. It's not that far away. So I feel like it's the most responsible thing to do. Although I don't know how much longer I can hold out doing that. Lamp in the back is a nice touch. Oh, this is the rule right here. This is the Hollywood rule. No, I don't know if it's a Hollywood rule, but it is my rule for sure. If you see a lamp, if you ever see a lamp in a shot, in any video, and there's a lamp, that lamp, it better be on. If that lamp is not on, then it doesn't need to be. Take the lamp out of the shot. Whenever there's a lamp, you turn the lamp on. Remember that. It's also a nice color contrast, right? You got the daylight. I have a red spot on my forehead here. And then you have the tungsten back there. Also, if you look right up there, you can see our little... Oh, where is it? Oh, over here. There, somewhere. Anyways, there's a lamp up there. Let me see. Oh, now you can really see it. You see that up there? Oh, should I turn it on? You can see it. Ha! Haha, you like that? I don't ever turn that one on. It's usually not in the shot. It's usually like that. There we go. I'm glad you noticed that, Adam. William LeBron, what do you think about Fairdale? I don't know about that bike specifically, but I do know Fairdale's rad, and it's something that if you want to get a bike, I would say go for it, man. They're cool. It's a BMX company. The reflection off the white back sort of functions as a hair light. Oh, he in the mirror? Maybe. Yeah. There's definitely something coming in. I have a little wrong shoulder. I have some edge right here. You can see it on my shoulder. And I don't have it here because this is being filled by the window and it's stronger. We're talking all kinds of lighting theory now, aren't we? This is good practice because I haven't been working my real job, so anything to talk about lighting is great. Tacos or burritos? Ooh, you guys are gonna hate me for this one. Burrito, but I'm gonna make some breakfast tacos here as soon as this is over. Kevin, dope, man. So Kevin in the chat, Kevin Cabrera, was one of the people in the video we watched earlier. That's cool, man. Matt Reyes, big camera or little camera? It depends. Am I on a bike or not on a bike? If I'm not on a bike, I'd rather have a big camera, and I don't have to lug it around on a bike. Yeah. If I'm on a bike all day, then little camera wins. Being mobile when you're on your bike is more important than having all the bells and whistles, I think. Sometimes this is the best camera. I love my little iPhone dumps that I do. Little yearbooks. Although, because of this whole lockdown thing, man, I don't have any good phone clips at all. It sucks. When was the last time you did single track? I want to get into that, but bikes are beyond my budget. It seems like a whole lifestyle. Vans, dual suspension frames, big trips, big air. No, man, you don't need all that. That's what I've been doing at the park. A lot of it is single track. And I have a hardtail. I have 100 millimeters of suspension in the front. And when I bought that bike, it was a little less than $2,000 for a complete build, which is a lot of money. But nowadays, you can buy a really good full suspension front and back with a really good build for $3,000, shipped to your door or from your local bike shop. So things have changed a lot as far as pricing. You can get a good hardtail now for like $1,500. So you don't need all that stuff. And hopefully you guys will see, we'll be riding some trails soon. I know not everyone here is for that, but grow with me, grow with the channel. I want you guys to try other kinds of cycling. It's fun. It's good stuff. You ever meet Tiger Hoods or the Green Lady of New York? I have met Tiger Hoods before he was picked up by New York Nico. Picked up. I'm sure Nico knew him before I knew him, but before he made an appearance on the Instagram and all that, he always hung out in a little alley off of Lafayette, kind of near where Supreme and was in Lower Manhattan. And I talked to him because he had a bunch of photos for sale, and I was asking him about his photos, and then he was doing the golfing thing with the milk jugs. And he was kind of grumpy when I first met him, and then he opened up the next couple times I saw him. But yeah, I've seen him. I've never seen the Green Lady, but if I see her, I'm definitely going to talk to her. There's a pot light top right of frame. Yep. You caught me. Danny's asking when I'm going to be a Fortnite Twitch streamer. I almost did it in the winter, and then I decided not to. These jammies are nice, right? These are incandescent bulbs. Oh man, I got lost in the chat. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Thoughts on riding in Philly? A lot of mess people end up moving from... I haven't ridden in Philly. I don't know too much about it. I've worked there. Video production, but when I'm doing that kind of stuff, I go there, do some, I'm there for 3 days and then I leave, and I'm in a car a lot, so I don't get to really get the vibe of the city. Last time I was there though, for work, I got to have a beer and food with Tom LaMarche. If you guys know who he is, he's living there, so we randomly saw him and I hit him up and we met. That was one of the first times I hung out with the dude. So that was cool. Pepsi or Coke? Coke for sure. Here we go. Coffee or tea? Coffee, dude. Right here. Although I fuck with tea as well. I had an accident with the coffee today. It pissed me off. That's why the stream was actually supposed to start a little earlier. And then, anyways, I was making the coffee, And because we have these generic coffee filters right now, the bottom ripped out on it, and all the grounds went into the Chemex. It was very frustrating. So I had to regrind coffee, reboil water, and now the coffee's super caffeinated. Like the mixture's way off. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm blaming it on the filters, really, but it's probably just me. Have you ever had to turn down a project that you already... What? Have you ever had to turn down a project that you had already started? Turn it down? No. I have... I guess... Have I had to stop doing a project in the middle of it? Yes. I have done projects where you bust your ass on them and then they don't go anywhere. For reasons that are not associated with the production at all, or even the company. Outside things happen in the world that change the direction of like things. So I can't totally talk about all of it, but yeah, for sure, it sucks because some of them were really cool projects that I would share. They would be on my reel. They would be, people would see the work that I did, but I can't really, can't even talk about it. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. That stuff happens. Have you ever had to turn down a Graham is asking, one bike only for the rest of your life. What is it? It would probably be my number 22 Drifter, and I say that because I could ride on the road. I can ride on gravel. I can ride in the rain, in the mud, in the sleet, in the snow. I can ride in traffic. I can ride on single track. I ride that shit on sketchy ass things that people would probably rather have a mountain bike on. You can ride that bike. It's fine. So, and it's mostly because of the dropper post. And yes, burritos over tacos. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Stones over Beatles all day. Ever enter any film competitions outside of biking? Where else has your work been featured? Won any awards? Through the production company that I was, I'm still ownership of, part of. I mean, it's tricky. We won a James Beard Award for a liquor video back like a couple years back. So that's like a pretty big thing in like the food industry. Have you ever thought about producing a small budget film? Yeah, we were supposed to. I had this idea this year. I was in Miami for my birthday with my girlfriend, and I was like, every year for my birthday, I want to make a short film. And this year we like planned it out, and then we didn't. We had issues with talent. It never happened, so I gave up on it. Maybe next year. We'll start next year, but no. That's the only plans I have right now. I've helped on budget films. You can go on my reel. There's a music video that was extremely budget. Hardtail is cool to learn on first. Yes, I agree. I that's how I would do it, because you'll learn how to... The way I did it, like I didn't even have a gravel or a cross bike yet. The first thing that introduced me to riding on trails, with the exception of a BMX bike when I was younger, that's dirt, but trails like single track trails, was a hardtail. So I did hardtail first, and then I got that Ritchie Outback. So then when I started riding the Ritchie, I already had years on the hardtail. So I approached riding over things that looked bumpy or whatever differently because of the hardtail. It made me a better rider with the gravel bike because I rode the hardtail. Does that make sense? So yeah. Chain transmission all day. The Santa Cruz Chameleon. It's dope. I'd fuck with it. I have a Highball though, which is a cross country bike. I would rather have had the Chameleon, but the year I bought my Highball, the Chameleon was actually not an option. Best board company to ride. What's your deck dimensions? I always rode SF brands, deluxe distribution brands. So that's like Anti-Hero. Wow, I'm spacing on all the fucking SF brands right now. Real, Anti-Hero. There's a few more. I'm spacing, but just because that's where I was at. Just it's more local that way, I guess. Supporting the local stuff. And I usually ride bigger boards. My board right now is an 8.25. Big boy. When I was younger though, 7.75s always. But I kept breaking boards when I was younger, and I would always be like, why? I also had better flip tricks when I was younger because the board was probably smaller. I mean, have you ever had to stop a project you already began? Yeah, for the same reason I was talking about earlier. We've been in production and had to stop completely. Yep. Can you ride a mini ramp at all? Does transition scare you? I haven't ridden in a long time, but I used to have pipes and bowls and shit. Nope. I did not grow up riding transition at all. I grew up in the age of no skate parks. Skate parks started to pop up everywhere, all over the place, kind of in the same chunk of time, in my opinion. Like, places had skate parks, they've been around forever, but building skate parks in cities like crazy happened pretty much once I got out of high school. That's when it started to really pop off everywhere. So, I missed the transition skating. We didn't really have that, so never got good at it, unfortunately. I wish I did, because it's really good when you're old to ride like mini ramp and stuff. It's easy on the bones and the body. I've tried cherry Dr. Pepper before. Worst injury has been my wrist. You see that weird bump and scar? I can't bend my wrist up. That's my mobility. I've broken this wrist twice. Do I have any vinyl records? Not anymore. I used to. Yeah, the production house is the warehouse. And Lee is asking about the Ritchie. I sold it to someone here in New York, and then it helped me put the final touches on the number 22 Drifter. So, and I got the Ritchie through a video project. I did a video for Ritchie, so then they gave me the bike, and then I sold the bike, and then used the money to help with the parts for the Drifter. So. What U.S. cities or areas would you go for riding bikes if everything was done? I want to go to western Arkansas. There's a bunch of mountain bike trails there. I would go to Sedona and ride mountain bikes. As you guys can see, mountain biking is on my mind right now. I would go to California to go ride and see family. Those are the areas. Most important question, goofy or regular? I ride goofy, man. but I can skate switch. I can push switch both ways, not Mongo. So there you go. Take that. Have I ridden with Fergus? Yes, I have. My first board was a Veriflex single tail. Damn, that's sick. I think I got to the bottom of the chat. Say if you want to see Matt Reyes on a morning routine, say hell yeah in the chat. Yeah, Bentonville, West Arkansas. That's where I want to go. What's my favorite Canadian city to ride in? I've never ridden there, but I would love to ride Montreal. I'm done with my coffee. That means I gotta go. Have you experienced riding in a bike park and playing with gravity? I love playing with gravity. Yo, everyone wants to see Matt Reyes in the chat saying hell yeah. Sweet. Matt, I'm gonna text you right now on stream. I'm texting Matt. Let's see. Hopefully his number's still the same. I don't know. It better be. I don't think it's the same because, Matt, I texted you. Look at this. Hold up. Oh, man. You're not going to be able to read that. I wrote, "What's good, LA? I'm somewhere near Silver Lake on a bike grabbing lunch. You out riding around today?" This was March 3rd. Matt Reyes. You gotta DM me your number, dude. I guess you have a new phone number, so. Everyone saw it. He said, "Let's line it up." Yeah, he left that shit on red. He just fucking got me. Alright. Thank you guys for having a conversation with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the turkey burger story.